Oh, Carl from CWD. Another cold one today. Got my gilet on. Keeps nice and warm. Right. It's day 2. Got the sealant. Gonna check it. See if it's sticking. It was -9 last night, -10. So I'm not holding up any hopes for this. But like we said in the last videos, you don't know unless you try it, do you? So there we are. Let's see. Temperature wise, so 2 degrees there. That wall is -2, -2.5. It's crazy. That wall over there is the same. So it's +2 on them panels. So it's 2 degrees. So it's still way below what we want it to be. So yeah, around about 2 degrees everything is. And then let's see what. So I'm 20 degrees when I scan it on my hand. So it is absolutely freezing in here. It's nice in the sun though, so it does make a big difference. I've got a thermos, so I've got hot water there. So what I'm going to do is put that in a bucket and let that cool down. That should cool down quite fast, and I'll drop the tuber sealant in there for about 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, something, and then hopefully that will make a difference. See if putting the sealant on something warm, that initial bonding, see if that makes a difference, and then if it can just take its time to cure, because this stuff only skins over, it doesn't cure in the middle. Like these fat beads, if you put them in your pond in the middle of summer even, that'd still be squidgy in the middle there. We get customers phoning up saying, am I alright to fill the pond up? Because I can still feel, it doesn't feel cured. In the middle it's not cured. That's what the sealant does. That's one of its characteristics. So I'm gonna put the camera on this little tripod over here. And we're gonna have a go at these day 2 ones. So these are the marks from the old ones. Let's see if this is bonded. So 3, 2, 1. It's a lot better than it was, but it still does come up. It wouldn't be that easy normally, but it has bonded to the rubber quite well. So it's done a lot better than I thought it would, if I'm being honest. I reckon pushing it flat is the best way to go with this sealant. I don't think leaving too fat a bead is the best, but I'm open to being proven wrong. I mean, look at that, it's just coming off. Maybe a better angle. But yeah, that's what it's like with a fatter bead. So yeah, there's another brand that is going to cost more than double of what this is. It rhymes with old cable, and they say to put on a fat bead, but every time I've tried that in the past, it always seems to be worse than doing a thin bead. So that's about a 3 or 4 mil bead. I mean, that's just like uncured sealant in the middle, so you could do that, and you could press it down if it did come off in the summer or whatever. So you'd just be able to repair itself. So I'm going to try this tomorrow. It's not moving anywhere. I'm going to try and do that. That one, it's going everywhere. So yeah, that's no good, but oh well, I didn't think that'd work. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to grab my hot water, stick it in a bucket, wait for the temperature to cool down a bit, and then see if heating up the glass and heating up the sealant makes any difference. Okay, hello again. Right, so I've heated up the sealant. It was a bit steamy there. I've heated up the sealant, so that's not anywhere near as viscous as it was. It was so thick when I was doing it the other day, it's crazy. So that's warmed up, that's thin, it's like melted chocolate sort of consistency again. And I've put this bucket of hot water. I just brought some hot water in the thermos, shoved that in. I've left that on there for a bit, so I'll shift that off. And see how warm it is now. So it's 16, 17 degrees. Don't know if you can see it. Yeah, 16, 17 degrees. So the glass is warm, the sealant's warm. Yes, and outside of the tube showing like 13 degrees, but that's because it's been a few minutes. So what I'm going to do, I'll stick you over there. Just double check you can see it. So I'm going to do 2 swatches here. Oh, I can feel it's actually warmer. Just make sure I get it on the right bit. Yeah, so as long as I go around this area, I'm going to be fine. So I'm just going to, yeah, look how easy that's coming out compared to how it was yesterday. I mean, a couple of days ago. So there's 2. So what I'm going to do is gather it up on one side. Get it pressed down. And I know it works better when it's pressed flat. So that's how I'm just going to do it. I've got a roller somewhere, but with me shifting stuff about, I've got no idea where that is, but you can just roll it. Works really nicely when you fit in the windows if you do that. Gets it nice and flat. So I've got a little flap here to lift up. And then my second little swatch. A bit of dust on it. And then get that glued down. So I'm pretty confident that this could work, you know. Right, so there's 2 down. I'll do this one on the left tomorrow, and I'll do this one on the right the day after. If this one works though, we know it works, and I might even be able to go and get that Church Lawton job done. Obviously if anything did go wrong, I'd fix it. But if this skins over and this is difficult to peel off tomorrow, then there's no reason why it wouldn't work for him. And it's due to be a bit warmer, but I'm going away for the weekend. I'm going to Lake District. Last little holiday before our first baby comes in February, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to do it on Sunday when the temperatures get above 10 degrees, so it would have been perfect as well, but that's just sod's law for you, isn't it? So I'm going to move a couple of bits in here now, then I'm going to get off. I'm going to phone Jim, speak to him at Church Lawton. I might pop down tomorrow and see him, but I'm going to come back and check this sealant out before, because if it does work, I'm going to do it. 'Cause even if it does fail, that's not end of the world. I'll know if it's failed before he has to fill it up. All it is just apply more sealant. That's what's good about this. It's not like silicone where you have to remove the old silicone. This sealant bonds to itself, and if it doesn't cure, it's not like it's spoilt or anything. It just stays in, you know, like an uncured sealant, ready to seal again. So if it breaks, it reseals itself. So it's really good stuff. But yeah, if this heating it up works, then I can do that with a heating, you know, heating gun, something like that. Really easy. I can heat up the tubes. You know, you can stick a tube on your dashboard and heat it up while you're warming your car up. It only takes about 10 minutes. That's what I actually did then, because I thought, save me pouring out some 100-degree water out of my thermos and then waiting for it to cool down. I thought I've got my pickup there, so I might as well shove it in now, and it worked a treat. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I can go and get the liner, the bottom drain and everything done tomorrow, but only if this works tomorrow. So I'm going to come here in 24 hours. It is 12:45 now, so we're going to yeah, give it 24 hours and see what it's saying. But if not, I might be able to pop down on Saturday. Might. So yeah, that'd be good as well. So yeah, gonna pack up, and then hopefully when I come tomorrow it's worked. But only time will tell, eh? Hello, Carl from CWD. Absolutely beautiful day. It's freezing, but look at that view. Absolutely stunning. Love it. So we are here probably can't see my face because the sun out, but there you go. Right, so we're here to see if the sealant is sealing. So let's see what's happening. I've not actually been in yet, I've just opened the door and come in. Sleepers are still, oh for God's sake, frozen together, so I'm gonna have to do something about that. If it's supposed to be heating up over the next couple of days, so hopefully that solves that problem, and then I can, before Christmas, get the kit done. Although absolutely frozen solid together, some of them, so I just don't think it's worth, because no one's going to be able to build a pond in this weather anyway, so it's not worth doing it a couple of days earlier just for the sake of that. So we've got, I'll stuck these two back down into, don't know why I did that, but yeah, that's just come off like nothing. This one will probably be a bit more difficult, but yeah, that's not gone off either. So these two here are the day 3. This is the one that I've pressed flat. This is the one that I've left a bit thicker. You can see that's got quite a bit of movement. I'll put this on this little stand so you can, so I'm not wobbling with it. But yeah, you can see that one there. That's going all over, so that's not doing anything. So there you go. So that's not happening. This one is the one that's been put in cold again last night. It was like -7 to -9 or something. So yeah, really cold, not good at all. So I'm not, let's see what this is doing. Yeah, it's just not curing properly. You can see there it's just not bonding to this glass, because normally you'd have all this would be stuck to the glass, and sometimes because it's that strong, when it cures properly it can actually rip bits of the liner off with it. So yeah, that's not ideal. Then we've got these two that I put down yesterday. So this is my hope to be able to do the church lot one before Christmas. I'll finish the 3 window pond. Obviously with 3 windows, 2 returns and a bottom drain, so there's 6 points where I'm going to have to use this sealant to seal. I don't want to be doing that and risking it. Nope. Yeah, that's just come straight up. So heating up the glass and warming the sealant hasn't changed a thing. You can see that's it's still, I'll probably be able to stamp that there. Yeah, it's just not gone off. So yeah, looks like we're not going to be able to do that. We're going to have to stick to the above 5 degrees rule, which is a shame really. I was hoping that we'd be able to, I was hoping that it was just an over precautious thing that manufacturers say and what have you, but looks like this time there's a reason for it. So I would not recommend, that's been 24 hours now, leaving it another couple of days in these temperatures won't make a difference. This one here, again, look how easy that is, dead easy. If anything, these ones set better, because that one had a bit of a tug where it was a bit more difficult. That was even more difficult, and for some reason that one was easier. So that's strange. It's not what I expected. I've got these bits on here, so I'll give them a go as well. Try and remember not to put my camera down in the sealant. So this is the smooth side, this is the rough side. I'm gonna have to do this again. Hey, you know what, that's pretty tight. That's sealed better than the bleeding glass. So it's been 3 days now, so that was a lot harder to get off than it on the glass. I'm guessing glass gets colder and holds the cold more than the plastic does, because this was a few degrees warmer when I was using the infrared thermometer on it. Let's see if this is the same. Yeah, it's coming off a bit easier, but it's still, yeah, still a bit of, I mean look, it's not even left any residue on the liner whatsoever. So this has got a lot more grab, and that's the raw kind of we've not keyed that up. That's the smooth side. You can see this white side here, that's the bit that we keyed up. So let's see what these two are like. Aye. That's pretty close to actually being sealed. It seems like the liner must have been a bit colder, so it's not bonded as well to the liner. And that one's coming off quite easy. I've got sealant on my hands now, brilliant. So I would not recommend using any sealant at all below 5 degrees Celsius. I normally say 10 degrees because it might be 5 degrees Celsius or 6 or 7 in the day, but then at night time it can go to -10 like it did last night, and then it could, I think over Saturday and Sunday it ranges between 13 degrees above freezing to -6. So just because it's 6 degrees at that point that you're doing it doesn't mean that that is going to be 5 degrees for the next 24 hours, because that's how long sealants take to cure. So make sure that when you're installing windows, anything like that, that overnight it's not going to go freezing cold. The little thermometer thing that I used, that cost me about £30 or something like that. So it's not that expensive. But yeah, just got a bit of drip of water on me then. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do the Church Lawton Pond, but at least I didn't just crack on and do it, just because the customer's not pressuring me, but I always feel the pressure to, you know, get the job done. But you need to override that pressure that's in you to get the job done properly. So yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. I was hoping, I just thought, I've got this piece of glass, I've got the sealant, I'll do a few little experiments. But yeah, absolutely no way would I do this. I'd not recommend it to you either. I always get customers asking me, oh, do you reckon if I just left it longer? No. It needs to be that temperature for the sealant to grab onto both surfaces. And if it doesn't do that initial grab onto both the surfaces and cure, then it's not going to work. It may cure after, but the sealant's curing not to the surfaces, it's just the sealant's going to go hard, and that's useless. So yeah, wait until the temperature's warmer. Just don't. It's not worth it, honestly. So, if not got any other experiments to do, I'm going to call Jim now. And yeah, the temperatures are raising a bit, so I might be able to, if the weather is looking good over the next couple of days, I might be able to tomorrow, today's Friday, so tomorrow if it's above 5 degrees in the afternoon or late morning, I might be able to go and do his windows and that. If not, unfortunately, it's going to be when the weather's better. So yeah, we've got no control over that, unfortunately. Real shame. But yeah, there's no incentive for me to delay anything because I get paid when the job's finished. So yeah, there's no incentive whatsoever for me to be delaying jobs because I get paid per job and I'm not on a day rate. So there we go. Right, I'll check in next time. I'll probably find something else to video. I might, yeah, I should be able to start getting these sleepers off. I've got someone coming, I've got a lad coming over tomorrow to help me out. He's going to help us take these sleepers off, and we might even, depending, because it just depends how much we manage to get done. I want to sort a place for the pressure pipe. I'm not sure whether I'm going to have it stood up over here or if I'm going to build something out of sleepers. I've got loads of them. I might just build a little frame where you can push the bits of pipe in, and then you can put, well, you put 4-inch pipe and then 3-inch pipe, 2-inch pipe, 1-inch pipe, 1.5-inch pipe. You can put them all inside each other so they don't have to take up loads of space. So I can have, you know, space for say 24-inch pressure pipe, and then everything else will just go in the middle of it. So yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do there. I might put the sleepers over here and then build some shelving units across this side, and then that's just going to be storing stuff for my builds. Going to be bulk buying quite a few different things just so I know I've got them all to hand, so we can get the turnaround on the sleeper kits happening much faster, because we originally were working at about 5 weeks. Now we're doing 1 to 3 weeks, so we've improved it massively by just having everything available, because we're confident now that they're selling, so that's good. Right, so I'll check in next time. See if I don't see you before Christmas. Have a great Christmas, and thank you very much for your business, everyone.